לשנה טובה תכתבו, לשנה טובה תכתבו, לשנה טובה, לשנה טובה, לשנה טובה, תכתבו ותכתבו.
Bruchim habaim, welcome and good morning, Wise School. Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova. It is such a privilege to be able to prepare for the new year together with you. And New Years are about new beginnings, but in our tradition, what new beginnings means is returning. It's returning to the very best within ourselves and deciding consciously. That means we're thinking about it, who we want to be in the year to come. What kind of classmate are we going to be? What kind of student are we going to be? What kind of son or daughter or brother or sister are we going to be in this year? And so it's a privilege to begin thinking of these things. We'll sound the shofar to remind us of the very best within us. We'll hear beautiful music from Cantor Lutz. We'll also hear from some of our teachers, our administrators, and some of our students about how we can start this year anew, how we can return to the very best within us. Shana Tova.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Venashuva, Hodesh, Yameinu Kekedem.
Boker Tov and almost Shana Tova, Wise School. How many of you love Rosh Hashanah? I can see your hands up. I do too. New beginnings, excitement in the air, opportunity to start fresh. As we close one cycle of a year and get ready to begin a new year, we take time to reflect. Were we kind enough, loving enough, patient enough? If we were, great. And if we weren't, we get a chance for a redo. Be kinder, more caring, more thoughtful. Each one of us is so unique, so special. No one else is like you. On the high holy days, Jewish tradition teaches us to do cheshbon nefesh, search of our soul, so we can work on ourselves to become better in the coming new year. I wish you all a successful and meaningful searching. Shana Tova, Bri'ah, Umetuka, a good, healthy, and a sweet new year. And now, I invite Shaili Firuz to share her thoughts.
Boker Tov. My name is Shaili Firuz, and I am so happy to be here today with all of my friends. I've been at Wise School since Mommy and me, and this year I'm in 6th grade. I can't believe how fast time has gone by. I'm so happy to be here today and to be able to see all of my friends in person. As a sixth grader, I can come back to Wise and remember all the amazing memories and friends that I have made along the way. I'm so excited to start many new beginnings, such as going to school with many of my best friends and being able to celebrate Rosh Hashanah again in person after COVID. This year, I'm very appreciative for everything and that we're not on Zoom. As I'm returning to Wise School and returning to the high holidays, I'm thinking about returning to my best self. To me, this means helping others and being kind to everyone. I could also be my best self by doing mitzvot and being on my best behavior at school and outside of school. This year, I want to pay attention to my teachers and learn all that they are teaching us. Returning to Wise School after the pandemic fills me with hope. We are returning to celebrating the high holidays with my friends. It's so fun being able to celebrate Shabbat every week and being able to pray with my friends every week. I wish our community many occasions of celebrations and being together. Lastly, I want to wish everyone at Wise a Shana Tova Umetuka, a happy, sweet, and healthy New Year.
On this, our preparations for the new year, we wake ourselves up. And we wake ourselves up with the sound of the shofar. As our sacred text, our Torah reminds us, Tiku v'chodesh shofar, v'keseh liyom chagenu, ki chok liYisrael hu mishpat lelohei Yaakov. To sound the shofar at the beginning of this new month, at the beginning of this new year, reminds us, just as Shiley told us, how to be the very best of ourselves. And before we commit to that shofar blast, we're going to sing a song, a prayer of gratitude for being able to reach another new year afresh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. אמן. Tekiah.
Our next speaker is new to Wise, but not new to education. As a matter of fact, at the end of this new year, he will become a rabbi, our rabbinic intern, Wiseman.
Good morning, Wise School. Thank you so much for this warm welcome into your beautiful community. I wanted to share an idea with you, and I'm thankful that we have the shofar here in front of us. The spiral is a very important Jewish symbol. Think of the fringes of the talit, or the scrolls of the Torah, or even the shofar. The spiral is the combination of a straight line and the circle. The circle reminds us to return and to return to our community, to return to prayer, to return to God, and to return into ourselves. And the straight line calls on us to always be moving forward. The spiral is always returning and always moving forward, remembering where we were and yet looking ahead. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva. Return us to you, Adonai, and we will return to you. Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, and make our days new again, as they were before and as they will soon be. Gemar Tov and Shana Tova. Looking forward to seeing you all on campus.
Hi, my name is Ben Amron. This year I'm returning to Y School after leaving for... Hi, my name is Ben Amron. I am returning to Y School after leaving for 1 year. This year, I miss being here. This school, to my school, my friends, the teachers, and the entire community. I can't wait to get back to learning Hebrew and Judaic studies. It makes me feel more connected to my community. It will help me to prepare for my bar mitzvah. Now that I'm returning to Y School, I can't wait to get back to the recess yard and play with my friends. I hope you have a happy Rosh Hashanah, and thank you for letting me share. Shana Tova.
We're going to invite you to please stand up in your classrooms as we continue with our service with Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam v'od.
Continue with our Shema. Feel free, if you wish, to close your eyes and just listen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please have a seat, and we'll continue with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedor b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh.
So we're going to ask you to stand up once more, because now is time for our Amidah, our silent prayer, which we'll begin together. We're going to ask God to open our lips so that words of truth can come out. And as our 5th and 6th graders know, every day of the week when we recite the Amidah, when we recite our tefillah, we actually make requests of God. We ask God for healing. We ask God for food. We ask God for health. But we also ask God for teshuvah. We ask God for the opportunity to return, to turn inwards and figure out who we're going to be so that we can make the world a better place by giving it its most precious gift, us. So as we say our Amidah today, as you take a few moments to reflect, on what you want out of the coming week, out of what you want out of the coming year. Let's think about what we have to offer the world and how wonderfully it will be ready to accept it once we know who we're going to be in the coming year.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
We're going to ask you to take a few moments of prayer on your own. When you're finished, you can just remain standing because we'll finish all together with a prayer afterwards. Before our next prayer, which is a special prayer that we only say during these days of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and the days in between, Avinu Malkeinu, we're going to have a little teaching from our resident educator. Some of you have already gotten to know Malcolm McElhenney during his year here last year. He's still with us again this year, and he's looking forward to building wonderful new relationships and helping us get back to the very best within ourselves. So, Malcolm, you can be seated.
Boker Tov, Y School. In Avinu Malkeinu, we refer to God as our parent. We don't always mean it literally, of course. We have our own families, our own parents. But when we say these words during the High Holy Days, we are trying to imagine ourselves in a relationship with God as special and as loving as that of a parent and child. We say that God is compassionate, which in Hebrew is rachamim, similar to how a parent would be compassionate to their child. At points in our lives, parents might be upset with us, but we still share a special connection, and we can always work towards forgiveness. When we say Avinu Malkeinu, it's like we are reminding God of the special connection that we share. That even when we make mistakes, when we don't do our best, when we hurt others, when we miss the mark, that we can still share and build towards that special connection. Please rise as we face the open ark for Avinu Malkeinu.
I'm going to invite you to join me in the text that you'll see on your screens. Avinu Malkeinu, listen to our prayers. Avinu Malkeinu, we didn't always do the right thing. Avinu Malkeinu, forgive us for our mistakes. Avinu Malkeinu, help us to be better friends. Avinu Malkeinu, make us more loving people. Avinu Malkeinu, inspire us to make great happen in the world. Avinu Malkeinu, guide us to return to our best selves.
Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu va'aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu va'aneinu, ki ein banu ma'asim. Aseh imonu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imonu, tzedakah v'chesed, be'oshienu. Aseh honenu vanenu. Avinu malkeinu, honenu vanenu. Vehoshinu.
Please be seated.
The sound of the shofar brings with it feeling of renewal and excitement for the new year. At my synagogue in my hometown in the mountains of Jerusalem, every Rosh Hashanah, we gather in the synagogue yard, adults, kids, and anyone who comes, and we listen to the shofar as we face the mountains in front of us. This year, when I hear the shofar in a different setting, I feel the sense of renewal more than ever. Shana Tova.
Okay. תקיעה. שברים. תרועה. תקיעה גדולה. שנה טובה.
So great to be with you all, even virtually, and to know that you're on campus. And we'll look forward to whenever we're able to bring you back in the sanctuary. We are going to have a special song this morning based on our theme for the year, which is creativity. So as we sing this, I want you to think about ways that you can be creative this year in your classroom, at home, wherever you are, ways to explore the best ways of being you. At the start, there was nothing but emptiness, a black void of darkness and silence. And with a word, creation. Not a thought, no ideas, plain white canvas. Grab a brush, make your stroke, take your chances. Not sure how, not sure why, creation. It's a mystery, how can it be something new from me or you, from the head or from the heart? It's just another part of God's creation. A new thought, a new phrase never heard before. A new move, a new twist never seen before. Just like that, there it is, creation. It's a mystery, how can it be something new from me or you, from the head or from the heart? It's just another part of God's creation, part of God's creation. Nivra Tselem, to be givers and not takers. Nivra Tselem, God made us to be makers. At the start, there was nothing but emptiness, a black void of darkness and silence, and with a word, creation. It's a mystery, how can it be something new from me or you, from the head or from the heart? It's just another part of God's creation, part of God's creation, part of God's creation.
So, Cantor Emma, what you're talking about is what I'm thinking about this Rosh Hashanah. How amazing is it? How creative we get to be. And so for all of the students and all of the teachers and all of the parents, we're starting a year, and our youngest kindergarten students through our 6th grade, all of you created in God's image, your creativity will be holy this year. When you do a song, when you create an art project, when you write an essay, when kindergartners take us to their animal encounters and 2nd graders teach us about heroes, when 1st grade teaches us about literacy and 3rd grade gets us ready for Passover Exodus, when our 5th grade does an immigration and our 6th grade walks across this bima in their graduation, we have 10 months ahead of us to be creative. In God's image, our creativity is holy. And so my wish for all of us is that we do have a year of health. A year ago, you were sitting in your living rooms and in your kitchens and in your bedrooms, and now we're here. And I wish all of us a year filled with blessings and health. I can't wait to see all the things we're going to do together this year. And I wish everyone Shana Tova Mituka, a happy, healthy new year for all of us. I want to thank Cantor Emma. I want to thank Rabbi Josh. I want to thank Maestro Cates, and of course Mrs. Clement, for putting together such a beautiful way to start our holidays. Thank you to the teachers and students for all of your work, for our rabbis who are joining us, our students, our shlichot. We're so happy to have you here this year. Shana Tova, everybody.
Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova, Lishana Tova, Lishana Tova, Tikatevu, Tikatevu. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, friends. A wonderful new year, a wonderful weekend. We look forward to seeing you Monday night and Tuesday for our Rosh Hashanah services. Until then, Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova. Have a wonderful and sweet new year.